Hey everybody, this is Meide with Keller Williams Chattahoochee North. This is Mondays with Matt, and today I want to talk about a very important time period during the course of a real estate transaction that is designed to protect the buyer from possibly overpaying for a house. It's called the appraisal contingency period, and the way it works is when you write an offer on a house and you eventually go under contract with the seller, you have the right to request an appraisal on the house. And most lenders will actually, in fact, make you pay for an appraisal because they're not going to loan you money to buy a house if an appraiser that works for a third-party company says that the house is worth less than the contract value. So, for example, let's say you make an offer, it's accepted for $300,000, okay? The appraiser goes out and they appraise it for $280,000, so $20,000 less than the contract value. During this period, you as the buyer have the right to request the seller to reduce the price by $20,000. Now, there's a couple different options for the seller. The seller can tell you, no, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna drop the price. The seller might say, I tell you what, I'll split it down the middle and I'll drop the price to $290. Or the seller might be super nice and they might say, you know what, I'll drop it down to $280. But in the case where the seller is not willing to drop the price or might be willing to drop the price to $290, you as the buyer then have to bring an extra $10,000 to $20,000 cash to the closing table to cover the difference between the appraised value and the contract price. Now, in the case where you can't come to an agreement with the seller, you as the buyer have the right to terminate the transaction and keep your earnest money. So this appraisal contingency period is designed to protect the buyer from overpaying for a house more than the appraised value. So I hope this makes sense, guys. I hope that you learned something, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week.